Thank you.
Now, do you have some time?
Old Dubs has got some extra minutes.
I know you
we got 2 minutes for some Q&A if people are into that sort of thing. You know?
questions. We got time for 2 questions.
2 questions.
This guy right here.
There's a question. Go ahead.
I'm in the mood for some Thai food. I was just wondering what's on the menu at Bone tonight.
Oh yeah. Down at the Bone, we got some Pad See You on special. We got some duck Pat Car Pow. But pretty much anything more than 1 star is going to take you to downtown Spice Town. Questions? Oh, we got another one coming up the aisle here. Last question of the night.
When are you going to win a fantasy football season?
Well, I didn't hear that one. I'm sorry. What?
When are you going to win a fantasy football season?
I mean, it's really hard to say, man. Been trying for a couple of years here, getting a little bit further away every single year.
More questions! We need more questions!
I'll agree to disagree on that one. We'll take one more quick question. Anybody got one more
quick question? Quick question.
Anybody?
Yell it out. Yell it out.
Poetry so much.
I like poetry so much.
Oh, why do I like poetry? I mean, it's just a feeling you get like inside, in here, like you can't touch it, but it's a place in your soul you can go to with a pen and a piece of paper, man. You know what I mean? That's why I love the poetry so much.
Take a bow, man. Take a bow.
Thanks, man. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you. Anyway, 2015.
Peter J.
Uncle Duff out.
Speaking of poetry, we've been talking a lot about Karen and Pete and how they met and how they got together. But I feel like we haven't heard a lot of the gory details. So we thought we'd get into that a little bit. Yeah. So we've also been talking about poetry. So the title of this poem is?
The title is It Could Have Been a Sikh.
Is this one? That's on. Okay. So, Karen and Pete. Isn't it sweet? 2 lovers meet, mission complete.
But how did it happen? What's the real story? Go for it, baby.
Oh my God, it's your turn.
Marriage! This is not how we practiced it. Okay, I'm gonna start over. But how did it happen? What's the real story? Let's hear the details, gruesome and gory.
They met in college, but didn't hook up. They waited till both became somewhat grown up.
So for the meantime, they were platonic. Karen did grad school while Pete smoked some chronic.
Pete always loved Karen, but he played the field, skiing and drifting, the passion concealed. Many a lady enchanted this fella, Olivia, Rachel, Holly, and Ella.
The 2 sisters George. Now wasn't that daring? But no one compared to our hot, feisty Karen.
Speaking of Karen, not to be outdone, she conquered more hearts than any Don Juan.
2 Joshes, 3 Chris's, a Jeff and a Dave. Arjun and Komal, the Indian faves.
Paul, Justin, and Colby, and Tyler McNiven. Eric and Simon, the one still not forgiven.
So many dudes, but just one could compete. Our drifting, outdoorsy, and sensitive Pete.
Pete's many adventures left him unfulfilled, missing his soulmate, not feeling the thrills.
So he drove to SF, but then turned a bit reddish. He found her in the midst of an Indian fetish.
His anger was boiling. What was he to do? So against the South Asians, he staged a coup.
Pete put down down the pipe and hung up the skis and poured out his heart to his lady Chinese.
Marry me, Karen, my Princess Mulan. Yes, she exclaimed, and they shagged until dawn.
So Sarah, I know this must be a very difficult decision, as all three bachelors really wooed me. But the question remains, which bachelor do you choose to be your man of the weekend? Two. Start getting ready for open mic.
Hold on, I'd like to interrupt for a minute.
Yes?
If it's okay, I would like to do one last performance before we open it up to open mic.
Would anyone like to see a performance from this guy?
I mean, the speech she gave was great, and somehow found a bunch of time, despite being CEO of an incredibly awesome company. And so with that, I'd like to dedicate this to you.
Girl power!
Let's take a seat and just think about this for a minute. Maybe I'll taste, maybe I won't. Whatever happens, happens.
I met you at JC I think you needed a century. Step to you of the fresh back but somehow I knew that you were looking for stuff I'm like a blue. Say blue chicken, 'cause only you got the thing that I just got to get with. I just got to get with you, and you know what I'm gonna do. I wanna get with you. Every sister, I think her name's Sarah. I wanna get with you. I wanna get with you.
get with you, and you know what I'm gonna do.